able to observe Ari, using a lot of words, and he's able to identify things that he finds really interesting. Um, and so I also noticed that when he wanted to request juice from the refrigerator, he pulled you to the fridge, but he didn't use words to request. So Ari pulling you to the refrigerator is a great communication attempt, and it creates an opportunity for you to help him increase his intentional communication skills. And it is also an opportunity for you to teach him that his words can be used for different meanings and different functions and different uses, other than just identifying toys or, what we observed today. So first, I wanted to kind of discuss with you different strategies that we can come up together to help support your child learn new ways to use his speech and his language to, convey meaning and request things that he wants. So when Ari brought you to the fridge today, that was a great opportunity. And so maybe we can kind of discuss ideas for how we can expand his knowledge in those moments. And so that's a natural thing. So maybe he does that next time. So I have a couple of skills that I have kind of brainstormed before we met. So if we wanted to kind of go over those, and then you just let me know if that's something that you can do. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay. So following your child's lead is something that we are already seeing you using with Ari. I can tell you're being really intentional and you're tuning into what he needs. And so when he's bringing you to the refrigerator, instead of, assuming what he wants, we can use what's called time delay.
What's that?
So it's when you are going to the fridge and you're waiting and allowing him the opportunity to communicate what he wants. And if he isn't using his words, then you can jump in and add some
instead
more
of just grabbing it for him right away when he goes to the fridge.
Yeah, so that's creating those opportunities for him to use his words to convey meaning. And so when you're waiting expectantly for him to respond, that's maybe going to help him learn that interactions are reciprocal, and he can use his words to engage with you.
Okay, what should I do if he doesn't engage with his words if we're waiting at the fridge? Is there anything I can do to prompt him?
Yeah, that's a great question. Prompting is great, adding cues and adding support. So we are going to, you can start with asking open-ended questions. So walking to the fridge, and maybe you waited for a second to see if he was going to ask what he wanted. If he doesn't, then you would ask something like, you walk over to the fridge. What did you want from the fridge? And then waiting. And if he doesn't respond, then another strategy is you can offer two choices. Do you want water or do you want juice? And then waiting for him to respond and creating another opportunity between those two choices. And then if he still isn't responding, then you can go ahead and model to him how to respond in that interaction, and teaching him in the moment, in a natural setting, how to use his words to get what he wants or needs.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that something that you think you could do with Ari between now and our next session? And even with toys, you can put things out of grasp or up on a shelf, and it's creating those incentives for him to want to use his words to get something that he wants.
Okay, yeah, we could definitely try that.
Okay, perfect. Another thing, you said you guys have flashcards for his
he likes the sea creatures. Yeah
So I was thinking, maybe in order to increase his vocabulary and his awareness of what is in the fridge or what is in the environment, maybe if he likes flashcards, you can make flashcards to help kind of go over the things that are in his environment, or That could be another thing you guys.
Okay, sure, like household items and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're, that could be something you guys can do together if he likes going over flashcards.
All right.
So I have a document here for you, and I've written out just some notes from our session and things to be practicing, how to do modeling, and everything that we discussed today. I would, in our next session, I want to discuss with you, after you guys have tried this a bit, discuss what worked, what didn't, and we can get your feedback on how these skills have translated into real life.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sound good? All right, and then in our next session, just something to look, looking forward. I would like to work on these skills or observe these skills in a natural setting, such as mealtime, when you two are just having mealtime together. I would like to just kind of observe and maybe see how those skills are playing out in person.
Okay.
That sound like a plan?
For sure.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I think we're all set.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time today, and I will see you in our next session.
Yep, see you next week.